Hello, Pisces. How you feeling? How you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Pisces Empowered. I aim to have some really cool videos and some really cool readings for the Pisces community because I really feel like we are a group of magnificent people that don't get enough shine and recognition. We go through a lot. We feel a lot. We try to do a lot. We are super creative. And so I wanted to create a channel to kind of like speak to that and just, have a community where we can all vibe and, talk about being a Pisces. And since we all know what it's like to be a Pisces, we could share tips, we could share any kind of words of encouragement and inspiration. But I wanted to pop in really quick and do a reading about the full moon that's coming up next week. So on April 26th, we have a full moon in the sign of Scorpio. And as you may or may not know, Scorpio is about releasing the past, letting things go, resentment. It also talks about intimacy, any kind of like shared resources that you may have been dealing with. It's very powerful energy of death and rebirth in the sense that we are ending things that no longer serve us, letting things go so that we can walk into a place of new beginnings. And so I wasn't going to post a video today, but I was getting ready to do a reading for myself, but I said, let's tune into the Piscean collective to see what is coming up and what can you expect during and shortly after the full moon that's coming up in the sign of Scorpio. So just relax a little bit, take a deep breath, and just think about everything that you have been through. Just think about all of the things that you would like to release. Think about things that you wish you would change, some new beginnings that you wish you could experience. And let's see what's coming up for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising. This also goes for Pisces Venus and Pisces Stellium. Stelliums mean that you have at least 3 planets in the same zodiac sign, the same house. So let's see what's coming up for the Piscean collective. Full moon in Scorpio. Okay. All right, Pisces. Woo, look at that. The 10th house. Jupiter return. Oh my gosh, Pisces. What are you out here working on? Hold on. And we're looking at the 3rd house messages. So now this is really cool. And look at the bottom of the deck. We have Scorpio transformation. Very powerful energies coming in. So, you're talking about total transformation. If you are working on your career, especially if it's in the field of communications, expect some really good things to happen. If you've been putting yourself out there and you've been marketing yourself, this full moon in Scorpio is going to bring an extreme transformation. It's going to give you like a kickstart. It's going to bring you some fresh ideas. It's going to help you become seen and more noticed because full moon energy does do that. So if you are expecting a transformation, you're looking for a transformation in anything in terms of like getting out there, being recognized, we are looking at your status in the world. But the 10th house mainly talks about our career and what we are known for doing. And for the fact that we have Jupiter return, you could, if you are 24 or 36 or, experiencing any one of these Jupiter return years, then this is your year where your career could pop off. This will be the year where you experience a lot of luck for speaking your truths and really speaking up for yourself and saying what you mean and meaning what you say. Communicating to other people. This is also what I'm looking at too as a year of completion. So you could be a life path number 9. And when you have a life path number 9, that means you will be reaping the harvest if you've been putting in work, or there's going to be a lot of things that will be falling away out of your life if it no longer serves you, because that means you're literally going to be starting a new beginning. So Jupiter return year, lots of blessings coming in. I feel like you're going to get a helping hand from somewhere just by communicating with people in your local community. Especially, if these are people in your family or somebody that, you work with, community involvement. If that's something that you've been doing, that is going to give you a helping hand to what you're going to be doing in terms of like networking, getting back out there. But more specifically, this is also talking about social media too, or kind of like blogging, writing, teaching, going back to school. Any one of those areas that has something to do with your career, I feel like this is where it's going to benefit you the most. This is where you're going to be experiencing a lot of those blessings, creativity coming in, manifestations happening, spiritual awakenings. You could be tapping into your calling and what you're meant to do in this world. Going viral on social media, since that tends to be like the community we're mostly involved in, right about now. And so definitely with the Scorpio energy on the bottom of the deck, I transform. You could be going through a transformation with your personality, and you change your status maybe. And when we talk about status, I feel like this is more so of a career, but for some of you, it could be your status in terms of being single to getting engaged or being married, or, out with the old, in with the new. Maybe, it could be on the other side of the fence too, in terms of like breaking up and your status changes. If you were hoping to release a relationship, that would be a blessing, because no matter what the case may be, Jupiter is coming through with the work, and it's going to benefit you tremendously. So it's going to feel like a blessing to you if you wanted to let go of a relationship. It's like finally it's being communicated. It's happening. It could be influenced by, something in terms of like communications. Or if you've been wanting to enhance a relationship, that could happen too. But I mostly feel like this has something to do with your career. So let's look a little bit deeper into that. What's coming up for the Pisces collective? What can they expect? Full moon in Scorpio. What is this about? Yes, look at that. It's definitely talking about work. So you may have been stuck at a crossroads trying to figure out what you want to do for a career, because your work is definitely highlighted here. You've been conflicted. Maybe you want to be an entrepreneur. Maybe you're starting a business. Maybe you're trying to rebrand yourself, and you've been working on getting yourself out there, starting to see yourself in a different light and starting to see yourself in how you work. I was also getting to that for some of you in terms of like stepping into your purpose. You might be doing something, a little more intuitive, a little more in the creative field. You could be looking into the spiritual, intuitive arts. But I do see here that you were kind of conflicted as to whether or not this is something that you want to do for a career, or if you want to have a gig in doing this. And I definitely see that it is something that's going to work out for you. This is like some new abundance coming in, like some new income, some new cash flow. And I really feel like this is something that is good. It happens because you either transform the way you are doing something. So under this full moon, you can have a moment where you clearly see what needs to be released. So let's say you decided what you want to do with your career. Maybe the way that you were doing it wasn't working for you. And under this full moon, you say, okay, the way that I'm doing this, I need to let it go because it's too much. It's too much of a struggle. Maybe I should focus on this. And then you start changing and shifting the way that you do your work and your career. And then boom, that's when the money starts to come in. That's when you start to experience the growth on social media. That's when you start to clearly communicate what you are doing, changing, like kind of like finding your niche. You know what I mean? Kind of finding your place. And, I keep hearing this word of being seen and recognized. So maybe you were trying to figure out what your title is and what you want to be called, and, what this looks like, your branding, your colors, and different things like that. So this talks about, yes, look at all of this success. So, I mean, this is a really positive turn of events in terms of like news, some really positive news coming in. And if you have been doing something in terms of like writing, blogging, posting on social media, it's definitely going to become public. There's a really beautiful event that's going to take place that's going to kickstart all of this stuff. Now, this could literally happen on the full moon, or it could happen shortly after the full moon. going into this phase that we're having, I'm getting anywhere from like 3 to 6 months, but I feel like it's sooner. It's something that, is going to come in starting like this summer, like towards the end of this summer. You could experience the blessings, but this full moon energy is going to help you shift something, kind of like shape shift it or turn it around or edit it, release this. Maybe it's a thought pattern, here with the third house. The way that you were thinking about something no longer serves you. Maybe the type of career that you wanted to go into is going to be non-existent. Maybe it's not going to exist anymore, and you come to terms with it. Kind of like Spirit just gave me the vision of somebody who went to school for journalism and thought that they were going to write columns in like a magazine. But look, we're not even, a lot of people don't get physical magazines like they used to. They do them digitally now. And so, you might say, okay, well, instead of me focusing on trying to go work for a publication, why don't I start my own publication? Why don't I start my own blog talking about or writing the articles that I've always wanted to write for XYZ magazine? And you end up getting all of this traffic to your website. And now you are opening yourself up to collaborations and people wanting to feature your articles in their magazine. You see what I'm saying? It's like shifting the way that you think about this and opening your eyes up to new possibilities, because Pisces, you are creative. You could come up with some ideas. It's just become emotionally detached. And I feel like that's something that would happen to you or for you, under the full moon, is that you start to take your emotions out of it and say, let me be smart about this, especially if you've been experiencing any conflicts on the job, but, or, with any coworkers or anything from the past. But we are looking at an extreme transition. A lot of synchronicities here. Something is coming to an end, because on the bottom of the deck here, we are looking at bona fide success. This also talks about having confidence in something. So you might even decide to show your face. The 10th house is also the area in the chart that talks about fame. And so you might decide to become seen or allow yourself to be seen. And you come to discover like, man, this really works out for me. Pisces, that could be really tough, because sometimes Pisceans like to work behind the scenes. And, this is not for all Pisces, because it depends on, the other transits and, your sun, your moon, your rising. You could have a Leo rising. So you might be one of those Pisceans who don't mind getting out there and performing. But, that could be kind of tough to have all eyes on you. But, this transformative energy that's coming could help you have that confidence to say, you know what, on this day, I'm going to put this out there. Or, hiding is not working for me. Tiptoeing around this situation is not working for me. And if I want to start earning money from my gifts, maybe people need to see me. Maybe they need to hear my voice instead of seeing words all the time. But something goes viral here. I do feel like there is, because we're looking at popularity in the community, popularity within your group. And I keep getting communication. So for most of you, if you come across this video, you are dealing with something in the field of communications, or you're trying to communicate something out. So let me pull a few tarot cards. And see any additional information that wants to come through in terms of what is coming up on this full moon in Scorpio. Finally, Pisces, you get a break, right? It's been tough for Pisceans, especially, it's been tough for everybody, but, Pisces specifically, when it comes to career and finding your purpose and finding your place, it's been really hard. And I feel like finally you're going to be in a position where it all makes sense, where you could be the boss and you could really curate the experience how you want it, where you don't have to deal with a lot of energies that you may have dealt with in the past. Becoming self-made, self-sufficient, rising above. Okay. let's see. All right, Pisces. Starting fresh and getting back to work. I love it. So, yeah, look at that. So, a lot of you are stepping into your calling. And this is also you allowing your true, authentic self to come out. And what I'm also getting out of this too is that your shadow side is going to start to unleash. This is going to be that moment where if there was any aspect of yourself that you hid before, it starts to come in the forefront. Starting to be somebody that nobody thought you could be or didn't know that, you know, this was you deep down inside. You get what I'm saying? Because the most energy that I feel coming off of the tarot cards is the Strength card. And, you know, this talks about taming that beast and understanding that everything is energy. If something is not working out for you, it's like, well, let me come here. And this might be a message coming through from spirit. Let me come inside. Let me go within and see why things are not panning out the way that I really want them to. Maybe I need to change. Maybe I need to be more confident. Maybe I need to step up to the plate. And maybe I need to be the one to delete something or somebody out of my life. You never know. It could be a person that's in your way. It could be somebody in your ear telling you not to do this because it's creative, it's spiritual, and you're not going to earn any money. You know, how, that's another message coming in here too. How are you going to earn money from this? You know, how is this going to be, or how is this going to bring you abundance? You know what I mean? But what I see here is that you going for it. I mean, you have the Fool card here that talks about new beginnings, but you being really excited about these new beginnings. And I definitely see movement. So you're going to be inspired to take action on all of the ideas you've been thinking about. I feel like you've been writing a lot of stuff in notebooks and not really taking action on them. You may have been saving things, like bookmarking things, putting things on your reading list on your phone, and really searching online, really trying to figure out, you know, the trends and what you could do. Maybe you've been studying what I heard, the algorithm. So maybe you've been trying to figure out how to rise above on social media. I really feel like a helping hand comes in. It's like you don't have to figure it out anymore. It's more so you stepping into who you are and being different and bringing something different to the table. It's not about, I mean, yes, it is about your hashtags and it's about all of those other things, but that stuff comes by you really making a clear decision about the message that you want to bring to the world. I mean, we have the third house here. We also have indication of news, posting things and writing things. And we also have the Page of Swords here. And, you know, I'm looking at her coming up with all of these ideas or researching or, you know, typing things or writing things down herself, studying things. And so all of these ideas, this communication, that's why I keep hanging on here. I really feel like you're trying to communicate something and really trying to get back to work. You might be studying something new, learning something new, and sharing it as you go. This could also be you actually getting to work in the thing that you want to do, and it's new to you. Because even though you may have experience and expertise in it, which I feel like you do, you've never done it for a living. So, you know, you may have, you know, low-key had a bakery or something at the house, or you may have had a skill or have a hobby or a talent, and you may have done it like, you know, made something for people's birthdays, or you may have offered a service or been really good at something. And now it's like, I could see this being my new career. And so it's about learning. Maybe you could be searching, what I heard too, for your LLC, or trying to figure out the legal aspect of it. Like, you know, how do I officially turn it into a business? What does my website look like? How do I even set up a website? You know, you could have been doing a lot of extensive research here on how to make this happen. And all you really had to do is just step out there. Spirit is like, don't worry about that. Help is on the way. I keep getting that feeling. We're going to send somebody to help you. We just need you to embark on this new journey. We just need you to start and be very enthusiastic about what is happening here. And that is also a cosmic change that I feel like is going to happen with the Scorpio energy on the bottom of the deck. And right behind it, we have the fire element, which represents passion and desire and willpower and strength to get out there and do it. You could also have fire in your chart. In your first house or something. You could have like a stellium, but I feel like it's more so of the feeling and the spark of that desire burning inside of you, finally ready to come out and unleash, and you being very excited about this new adventure. And so the change was really you, Pisces, just getting out there and getting started. You have everything you need to succeed. Don't let anybody talk you out of your greatness. Don't let anybody talk you out of what you are meant to do, what you want to do, and what you're supposed to be doing, because that desire is there for a reason, and it is speaking through you, and it is speaking to you. These are your ancestors, your spirit guides, or just your intuition giving you that nudge saying, yes, this is where you should go, and this is what you should do. So Pisces, if anything, this full moon is bringing a new career option, promotion in your career, status in your career, going viral on social media if you've been posting, is opening up some new ideas on how you could do your work. And I see you being really defiant and excited about these ideas. You're not waiting anymore. You're just going to say F it, and you're going to go for it, and it's going to work. I see that the full moon brings you this power and this strength that you've never felt before. That Scorpio energy of rising like a phoenix out of the ashes, and, just kind of, having that captivating spirit to really go out there and do what you do. Scorpio energy could be, a very, I would say, Scorpios like to hide too, but Scorpios come out when they need be. They have a beautiful way of being seen without being seen. And in a nutshell, I feel like this is what Spirit is saying, that you're going to figure out a way to be seen without being seen. Sudden changes happening. I feel like in this situation, this is Spirit stepping in for you because of the fact that you took the first step with this Fool card here. And with the Knight of Wands in front of the Fool card, I really feel like you're just going to wake up one morning and just be like, you know what, I'm going to do it. Especially if this has something to do with a move. If you were thinking about moving to a different area or traveling somewhere, it's going to open up some opportunities, new beginnings, taking the first step when it comes to getting to work in your new career. You are not far from financial independence, Pisces. It's just a matter of accepting what Spirit is trying to give you. So here again, I do feel like the help is going to come from your friends. This could also be you finding your soul tribe too, Pisces. I mean, if you're here, hello, meeting other people and finding people, kindred spirits, like minds, and just getting the support that you've always wanted. And again, I feel like the support is always there. It's like a spiritual thing that you're going through. Standing up for yourself in material matters is a spiritual, it's like a spiritual enlightenment and a spiritual transition too. And it's also like a spiritual awakening. A lot of times when we think about spiritual awakenings, we think about it in the sense of, my spirit is going to be going through this, and emotionally I'm going to be dealing with this, and, I'm going to start seeing spirits and stuff. Spiritual enlightenment and spiritual awakenings don't have to be that. A spiritual awakening could be like, oh, I know what I'm supposed to do now. Or, oh, I know that I'm worthy to be wealthy. And then you actually start to go towards it. Or spiritual awakenings could mean, you finding that perfect job, or finally standing up for yourself to put yourself in a different position to where you can feel more in alignment with your soul path and your soul purpose. Because sometimes a job could keep us from progressing. A lack of resources and income could keep us from progressing, because if our soul wants to learn something and it costs money to go to school, well, if all of your money is going to your bills, then you don't have the finances you need to educate yourself. So sometimes that spiritual awakening is something or somebody is in my way of my finances, my job, my career, my purpose, and I'm awakening to the fact that I need to do something about this. And I'm really excited that now that I know that all I have to do is muster up the strength, I am spiritually awakened to the fact that I need to be more brave about my job, is going to open up the floodgates for everything else. Because if I am, excuse me, emotionally fulfilled or clearing my voice, if I am at a point now where I'm standing up for myself and speaking my truth, whether it's on the job, I'm communicating effectively to the people around me, I'm telling people to give me my space so I can follow my dreams. Now you're in a situation where you are vibrating higher. So now you are earning more money. You're getting more abundance. You run into your soulmate. You find new friends and people who are like you. You know, it starts to open the gate to other things. So, you know, again, spiritual awakenings are not always about the woo-woo side of it. It could just be I opened my eyes to something that was blocking me, and now I've found the way to abundance. It's about shifting your perspective, Pisces, on how you see yourself and how you see the world, and understanding that you got this. You got this. Pisces, you're very powerful because you have a huge imagination. Pisces rules imagination. And guess what? Imagination is visualization. That's where manifestation starts. So for you to be somebody who has a huge imagination, you could visualize success and visualize what you want. And this is more than likely the cosmic boom that is happening for you coming up here on the Scorpio full moon. Is you seeing yourself as the powerful person, the strong person, the wise person that you are, the self-sufficient person that you are, somebody who could turn their passion into profit, somebody who could turn that hobby into something magnificent, somebody who could earn their own money, their own wealth. And right behind the Eight of Swords, we do have the Nine of Cups that talks about the wish, and right behind it is the Six of Wands. So this is confirming everything that I felt at the beginning of the reading, Pisces, that you are going to be getting a cosmic push, and you are going to get elevated and finally start to be seen, recognized, and noticed for the things that you do. Jupiter is raining down on you and bringing in the blessings with this cosmic energy. So before we close the reading, Pisces, I want to get some animal spirit cards for you. Best piece of advice, Pisces. Best piece of advice for Pisces, the Scorpio full moon. We are looking at the black bear, the guardian. And we're looking at patience. I feel like you've been waiting long enough, Pisces. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Pathfinder. And what's interesting is this is also confirming that we are definitely talking about the Pisces collective, because the wolf spirit, or the wolf totem, is Piscean energy in Native American astrology. So we're definitely talking about Piscean energy here. But this is also about you, if we look at this, releasing the past and starting your new journey. Again, Scorpio synchronicities here, right? I do feel like your patience is finally going to pay off. You're going to finally start to be more independent, and you are going to reap the harvest for this long time coming. You've been waiting. And so now is your time to shine. Step confidently towards your purpose. So again, this is another reiteration here that we are talking about you stepping into what you are meant to do and what you are destined to be. And here are your spirit guides and your guardian angels. I really feel like you have a lot of spiritual protection around you that is guarding you along the way. So if you have any fears about what you are doing, somebody is here to definitely protect you. And somebody who is, as the card says here, somebody who is gentle and wise, and tune into your intuition, because they're going to be guiding you towards a place where you could provide for yourself and provide for the people that are around you. So definitely tune into your intuition. I would also say here too, meditating under the full moon is definitely going to help you. You know, writing out anything that you want to release, any new beginnings that you want to bring in. Definitely give thanks for that energy that is coming, and make sure you release your past, because that could be a blocker here as to why you haven't moved forward or why you have not confidently stepped into your dreams. You could also be stepping into the role of a teacher. So again, we have the third house, again, synchronicity. You might be wanting to teach a skill. You might be wanting to host webinars. You might, be writing a book of some sort. And whatever you are doing, you want to step in and you want to help other people find their way. I feel like as a collective energy, that's what Pisceans are stepping into. And it could be in any shape or form. It could be in health. You could be wanting to go study to be a nurse, do holistic healing, because we definitely need more healers. You could be wanting to do something out there in the community. You could be getting into real estate, Scorpio energy. You could be looking for passive income. Whatever the case may be, I feel like you're going to overcome your challenges. Because Pisces, one thing to remember is that your empathic soul is a strength. It's not a weakness. You can definitely persevere. It is your superpower. You have a lot of spiritual support that's rallying around you right now. Your spirit guides, your ancestors, your guardian angels, any other spirit guides that want to help you along the way. I would say, be in tune to that if that's something that you are into. Because I know, for instance, I remember when I was in school for journalism, Archangel Gabriel, who is the angel of communication, used to come around all the time. And I mean, when I say he walked with me every step of the way, like, he knew that that was a part of my purpose. And he was there saying, I want to help you get through this. And right before I was about to step back into my purpose, he showed up again and saying, it's time for you to answer the call. Like, come on, I'm here to help you along the way. So, you could, pay attention to synchronicities, because synchronicities is showing up here in your reading. So I really feel like you're going to start to see synchronicities, as you walk your path after the full moon, repeating numbers. If you see any names, or, if anything stick out to you, or every time you get in the car, you hear the same song, just really pay attention to a lot of things that are happening around you, because I really feel like that's where Spirit is going to be giving you your context clues as to what's coming. Beautiful transformation, Pisces. Is out with the old, in with the new. Anything that is in your way is getting burned to the ground. Divine guidance is stepping in with this tower moment here. If it was not serving you, if it doesn't provide a strong foundation, if it is in your way, be prepared for it to move so that you could start your new beginning towards prosperity. So prosperity is yours for the taking. From the full moon on and above, expect nothing but blessings. This Jupiter energy to come through and help you. So thank you, Pisces. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. I really enjoyed doing this reading. I'm really excited for this reading. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. I would really, really, really appreciate it. And also feel free to subscribe, especially if you're a Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Stellium, Venus, so that we can hang out more often, because I am definitely looking forward to posting more videos and connecting with you. Again, thank you so much for tuning into this reading, and I'll see you in the next video.